Hello and welcome back to the Learning Through YouTube series. This is a project of mine which is learning metal fabrication just through the use of YouTube as my learning resource. This is part 2 of a series dedicated to making a printing press. Part 1 was making the roller, which had 2 people sitting on it, which forced the paper into the ink. This part I'm going to be looking into the ink rollers. As I said before, the printing press is kind of what started this project. I was interested in making one. I'm a graphic designer. I love making posters. And I thought the printing press, which is predominantly made out of metal parts, would be a really good test to see how much I have learned over the last 5 months of filming this series. So yeah, the ink rollers are probably going to be a bit more technical and difficult than the weighted roller. So here's a diagram that I'd like to try and follow. It has a number of components. The first off is the 3 ink rollers, and then how the 3 ink rollers will be attached to each other, and then the wheels which will allow it to roll along the table, and some sort of motor which will basically move the rollers and move the inking process. I think this is probably going to be a lot of guessing. I think with the weighted roller it was pretty simple the way it would work, but I think these ink rollers is going to be a bit of a trial and error. This is just the first version, and I will probably make a number of them over the next couple of months, and I'll finally get to a good one. But yeah, just to have a disclaimer that this is not technical, and I think it will basically change a lot over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get this started. I think this may take a couple of days to get done, but we'll just have to see how the process goes. Okay, so let's head over to school and see what we can do. Okay, so that was the kind of visual process of making the ink rollers for the printing press. Compared to the weighted roller that I made with the 2 chairs, this was a lot more complicated than I thought. Multiple things went wrong at the end. I'll show some footage now of the ink rollers actually turning and attempting to spread the ink. It didn't really work very well. So this was because of a number of reasons. Just to name a few of them. First, the rollers weren't centered properly. Because I made this in a bit of a rush, I didn't really fully work out where the center of the roller was. So then they kind of bobbled around a little bit. Not enough to kind of be that visible, but they need to be really accurate in order for ink to spread properly. 2, using the inner tubes as the rubber just wasn't good enough. The rubber's too thin and it's not even. And the third reason was the way that the rollers were powered to spin. There wasn't enough downwards pressure in order to force the rollers to spin. It's a bit hard to explain. But I think I learned a lot from these mistakes. You learn a lot from failures, just a lot of trial and error. I'll be able to take what I learned from this press onto the press which is for the version 3. So for the time being, the press actually still works very well. The weighted roller is very functional. It gets enough weight to push the ink into the print. But at the moment, for the inking process, I have to do it manually. This isn't really a problem, but definitely for the 3rd version, I want it to be fixed. So to end this video, I'd like to show you some prints that I did. They will be up on the screen at the moment. And yeah, I think the press in general has been a success. I think I need to obviously improve in some ways, but we'll see that in the next videos. So I will keep you updated for the 3rd version of the press, so stay tuned and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching this video. Apologies for the delay between the videos. It's been a bit of a difficult organizing everything to do with my thesis and design project and designing it. But yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.